What happens when a small archipelago surrounded by superpower tensions begins to rearm with cutting-edge jets and destroyers? You don't just update your military, you change the game. The Philippines might look like a tropical paradise on the surface, but beneath that postcard image lies a nation sitting on one of the world's most strategic choke points, the South China Sea. A third of global shipping passes through these waters. That makes it one of the most contested maritime zones in the world, and it places the Philippines right in the middle of a geopolitical storm. China continues to build artificial islands, install missile systems, and flex naval muscle near Philippine waters. Despite international rulings favoring the Philippines, the harassment of Filipino vessels and fisherfolk continues. In response, Manila isn't staying silent, it's gearing up. For decades, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, was seen as under-equipped, struggling with outdated technology and minimal naval or air defense capabilities. But now, that narrative is shifting. The Philippine Defense Modernization Program is no longer just a plan. It's accelerating, with billions being poured into new acquisitions, strategic alliances, and technological upgrades. The current Horizon 3 phase of modernization, which runs from 2023 to 2028, has a projected budget of 1 trillion pesos. That's nearly 17 billion USD. It's the largest defense investment in the country's history. One of the biggest headlines recently? Japan's potential offer to supply the Philippines with used destroyers. Yes, full-scale guided missile destroyers from one of Asia's top navies. This comes as Tokyo ramps up defense ties with Manila in the face of shared security concerns about China. These warships could significantly boost the Philippine Navy's blue water capabilities, meaning longer-range, open-sea patrols that could help protect its exclusive economic zones, EEZ, and support joint drills with allies like the US, Japan, and Australia.
The exercise to upgrade the weapon systems of all our existing vessels is a continuing exercise. It's a balance. It's a resource management balance between acquiring new and maintaining and repurposing the old and the ordered vessels to come.
But that's not all. The Air Force is also moving up a level. The FA-50PH fighter jets, currently the backbone of the Philippine Air Force, are about to get a Block 10 upgrade. What does that mean? Think smarter targeting systems, enhanced radar capabilities, and integration with longer-range missiles. In short, these jets won't just patrol, they'll pack a punch. The goal is clear. Turn these light fighters into more lethal, flexible combat platforms. According to Korean Aerospace Industries, KAI, this upgrade aligns the FA-50s more closely with modern multi-role fighters, making them capable of deeper strike missions and better maritime surveillance. And here's something to watch. As of mid-2025, talks are underway to add more FA-50 units to the fleet, possibly with in-flight refueling capability and AESA radar. That would mean faster reaction times and sustained operations, especially in a region where minutes could decide outcomes. If you're wondering whether this is all just symbolic, think again. In just the last 6 months, the Philippines has hosted record-breaking joint military exercises with the US, inked a defense deal with Australia, and started strategic talks with South Korea and India. It's also increasing its defense ties with Vietnam. These aren't one-off headlines, they're pieces of a bigger puzzle. Make no mistake, this isn't just modernization. It's a signal to both allies and rivals that the Philippines is done being a passive player in regional defense. It's asserting sovereignty, shoring up deterrence, and preparing for whatever comes next in the Pacific chessboard. And here's the real kicker. These moves are already changing regional dynamics. With a stronger, more capable AFP and backing from allies like Japan and the US, the strategic balance in the West Philippine Sea is starting to shift. Not tomorrow, but today. So, the next time you hear about destroyers docking in Manila Bay or FA-50s doing low flyovers, remember, it's not just about firepower. It's about presence, protection, and a message that says, we're ready. 6 Japanese destroyers, yes, real warships, might soon be flying the Philippine flag. It's the kind of move that could completely reshape the country's naval power overnight. But is it an opportunity to leap forward or a risky venture packed with hidden costs? Here's the deal. Japan is changing. Once known for a strictly defensive posture after World War II, Tokyo is now stepping up its regional role, especially in defense. With China's increasing aggression in the East and South China Seas, and North Korea ramping up missile tests, Japan has realized it can't afford to sit back anymore. So it's updating its defense policies, including rules that once blocked military hardware exports. And now, for the first time, it's putting 6 decommissioned destroyers on the table, available for close partners like the Philippines. But these aren't rusty old hulls. These are high-performance warships built with top-tier Japanese engineering. They're equipped for anti-submarine warfare, missile defense, and long-range patrols. The potential methods of transfer vary. It could be a donation, a lease, or a discounted sale. But what matters is that they're up for grabs. And the Philippines is interested. Why? Because for decades, the Philippine Navy has struggled with an aging fleet, limited range, and minimal deterrence. Adding even 2 destroyers would be a massive step. 6? That's a generational leap. Right away, the fleet's size, tonnage, and reach would increase. These ships would bring much-needed improvements in maritime domain awareness, meaning better surveillance of who's entering our waters, when, and with what intent. They'd also give the Navy real teeth, thanks to advanced anti-air and anti-submarine systems. That matters more than ever as foreign ships increasingly intrude into the West Philippine Sea. And it's not just about hardware, it's about influence. The presence of these destroyers in Philippine waters sends a strong signal. This country is serious about defending its territory. It also builds strategic trust with allies like the US, Australia, and of course, Japan. When you operate similar platforms and train together, you're not just allies on paper, you're interoperable in action. That kind of cohesion can shift the balance in any flashpoint scenario. But it's a big but. This opportunity comes with real challenges. First, the financial burden. Destroyers are expensive to run. Fuel, spare parts, systems upgrades, and dock facilities add up fast. Without proper planning, these ships could sit idle due to lack of funding, or worse, strain the entire defense budget. Then there's the issue of logistics. Japanese systems are complex, and not all spare parts are readily available in the Philippines. Specialized training will be required not just for operating the vessels, but for maintaining them. And let's talk about people. These aren't simple ships. They require highly trained crews, engineers, systems operators, weapons specialists. It will take time and resources to build the personnel pipeline needed to operate them at full capacity. Plus, there's the geopolitical angle. Accepting Japanese warships, especially in the current climate, could provoke a reaction from China. While the Philippines has every right to modernize, every military move in this region has a ripple effect. If not handled with careful diplomacy, this could escalate maritime tensions or worse, be used as justification for more aggressive actions from rival powers. So, is it worth it? From a capability perspective, absolutely. This deal is a shortcut to boosting naval strength that would otherwise take 10 to 15 years to build from scratch. The cost of new warships is sky high, easily hundreds of millions of dollars each. So receiving 6 capable destroyers at a fraction of the cost is a strategic win. It also strengthens defense ties with Japan, one of the most trusted partners in the Indo-Pacific, and aligns with shared goals like a free and open Indo-Pacific. But the risks are real. If the ships are too costly to operate, or if integration into the fleet is rushed and messy, the Navy could end up overwhelmed. There's also a danger of over-reliance, depending too heavily on foreign military assistance instead of developing local defense industries and capabilities. The smarter move? Say yes to the ships, but say yes with a plan. Ensure budget allocations cover long-term maintenance. Secure training programs with Japan and other allies. Develop the needed infrastructure ahead of time, and communicate clearly to the public and to the world that this move is about defense, deterrence, and sovereignty, not aggression. Because in today's shifting Indo-Pacific landscape, power respects preparation, And with the right approach, this deal could be the moment the Philippine Navy finally turns the tide. The skies over Southeast Asia are getting more contested, more crowded, and more dangerous. And the Philippines? It's making a serious move. Enter the FA-50PH, once seen as a mere trainer jet, now rapidly transforming into a lethal, combat-ready platform with its Block 10 upgrade. This isn't just a tech update, it's a strategic shift. Let's rewind a bit. The FA-50PH was introduced into the Philippine Air Force PAF as a lead-in fighter trainer and light combat aircraft. It filled a crucial gap after the retirement of the old F-5s, giving pilots a modern jet to train on and a light attack platform for real-world missions. But while it proved agile and reliable, its initial limitations were clear. No beyond visual range missiles, limited radar capabilities, and restricted payload options. In short, it was good, but not great on a modern battlefield. Now that's changing. The Block 10 upgrade is a leap forward, and it begins with firepower. The FA-50 is getting equipped with advanced air-to-air missiles that give it beyond visual range BVR engagement capability, game-changing for air superiority missions. No longer will PAF jets need to wait until an enemy is within visual range to strike. Paired with precision-guided air-to-ground munitions, these jets will soon be capable of hitting high-value targets with pinpoint accuracy, day or night, in contested airspace. Even the jet's ordnance variety and capacity are being upgraded, making it far more flexible in combat roles. But this isn't just about the weapons, it's about how smart the jet becomes. Radar upgrades are on the horizon, including the potential integration of ASA radar, active electronically scanned array, which is lighter, faster, and far more capable than legacy systems. Targeting pods are being added for laser-guided strikes, and electronic warfare, EW systems, are coming online to jam, deceive, and counter threats. The jet is also getting enhanced data links, allowing it to connect and share battlefield data in real time with ground forces and allied aircraft. Situational awareness is no longer a luxury, it's standard. The upgrade also makes the FA-50 more mission-ready than ever. With new software and hardware refinements, pilots will be flying smarter, not just faster. Add in comprehensive training programs to retrain pilots on the new systems. And you've got a force that's not just reactive, but proactive. Mission planning tools, digital maps, threat libraries, all of these are being integrated for better execution under pressure. So, what does this mean for the Philippine Air Force? Simply put, the FA-50PH is no longer just a stepping stone to a better fighter, it is the fighter. With the Block 10 upgrade, it's becoming a true multi-role combat aircraft. It can scramble for intercept missions, provide close air support, strike enemy infrastructure, and even act as a control node in networked operations. Its ability to defend airspace, support troops on the ground, and project power over contested maritime zones is now credible, not symbolic. It also boosts deterrence. When foreign aircraft test Philippine airspace, or when tensions rise in the West Philippine Sea, upgraded FA-50s are a visible, rapid, and lethal response option. They give decision-makers more tools and more time to defend sovereignty. And let's not forget the interoperability factor. These upgrades align the FA-50 with systems used by key allies like South Korea and the United States. During joint exercises like Bala-Catan or Cope Thunder, the PAF can now integrate more seamlessly into multilateral air operations, sharing data, coordinating missions, and flying side by side as equals. But here's the question everyone's asking. Can the upgraded FA-50 compete with today's 4th.5 or even 5th-gen fighters? In many ways, it punches above its weight. It's agile, equipped with modern avionics, and far more cost-effective to operate than high-end jets. For small to mid-sized countries, it's a perfect fit. Affordable, fast, and lethal enough to hold the line. But let's be clear, it's not an F-35 or even a Rafale. It lacks stealth, deep strike range, and the heavy payload of top-tier multi-role fighters. It won't win a long-range dogfight with an F-15X or challenge a Chinese J-20. But that's not its job. Its strength lies in its strategic niche. A fast-reacting, versatile, affordable fighter that can defend national airspace, support the ground fight, and respond to threats in real time. In a layered defense strategy, the FA-50 isn't the crown jewel, it's the reliable frontline workhorse. And now, with the Block 10 upgrade, it's ready to go to war. So the next time you hear that a pair of FA-50s just scrambled over the West Philippine Sea, know this: those jets are no longer just flying, they're fighting. As the Philippine military shifts gears into a new era, two developments stand out like milestones on a fast-moving road: the potential acquisition of Japanese destroyers and the transformative FA-50 Block 10 upgrade. Together, they signal more than just new equipment. They mark a turning point in how the Philippines views and prepares for national defense. These aren't symbolic upgrades. The destroyers represent a leap in naval capacity the country hasn't seen in decades. Large warships with teeth, capable of patrolling vast waters, enforcing sovereignty, and deterring encroachment. Meanwhile, the FA-50PH, once seen merely as a training aircraft, is evolving into a true multi-role fighter, finally giving the Philippine Air Force a credible presence in contested skies. Individually, each is a powerful upgrade, but combined, they shift the entire modernization trajectory of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP. No longer is modernization an abstract goal. It's a visible, accelerating reality. With more capable ships and smarter, deadlier jets, the AFP is stepping into a new role. Not just defending territory, but actively shaping the regional security landscape. Of course, modernization brings new challenges. These advanced platforms require steady funding, training pipelines, logistics support, and strategic foresight. Integration isn't instant. It demands time, discipline, and a long-term vision. The Philippines will need to grow not just its arsenal, but its defense institutions, personnel expertise, and infrastructure to keep pace with the capabilities it's acquiring. But if managed wisely, the opportunities far outweigh the obstacles. These moves open the door to deeper cooperation with allies, more leverage in diplomatic talks, and a stronger voice in shaping the Indo-Pacific's future.
Further successes in the strategic partnership between our maritime and Indo-Pacific democracies, and to the enduring friendship of our two peoples and harmony between the Philippines and Japan. Mabuhay and kampai.
They also provide something even more important: deterrence. In a region where peace is fragile and the stakes are high, the ability to project credible power is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Ultimately, what we're witnessing is the Philippines taking its place in a new security order, one where it is not just protected by alliances, but actively contributing to regional stability. The destroyers and upgraded FA-50s are just the beginning. What comes next will depend on the country's will to sustain, integrate, and lead. Because in this part of the world, strength doesn't start wars. It helps prevent them. Thank you for tuning into our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global issues.